Assalamu alaikum to all of my students. Hope you all are fine. Today I am going to take the concept of market equilibrium. Market equilibrium. As I yes during my lecture series in first lecture when I discuss syllabus of class 12, I tell you at that time I will teach as per the concepts. Before we demand side, yesterday I completed supply side. Now I am going to join both this demand and supply. They join in market. As I tell you, they are the two sides of market, demand side and supply side. They met market at marketplace. Now what we call market equilibrium. First market. I will market define market. I will first define this. Market is a mechanism, or we can write simple for understanding. Simple understanding. Market is a place where buyers and buyers and sellers get together for the purpose of sale and purchase of goods. Sale and purchase of goods and service. Goods and service. Means generally what we call market. Market is a place where buyers and sellers get together. But sellers are ready to sell goods and services. Simple. To sell goods and services. Buyers are ready to purchase goods and services that is produced by the sellers. That place we call market. Or it's a mechanism or arrangement of buyers and sellers where it is facilitated to buy goods and services, to purchase goods and services. Now, what we call equilibrium. Equilibrium we call it's a situation when yes quantity demanded is equal to quantity supplied. This is a situation. This situation we call in economics market equilibrium. I mean, at market quantity demand should be equal to quantity supplied. Then at that time we will call it market equilibrium. It's a situation that we call market equilibrium. Yes, market equilibrium. First, quantity demanded should be equal to quantity supplied. Or another, for understanding purpose, it's a point. It is a point. It's a point when tendency to change is equal to zero. Equal to zero. Or there are too many we can write. Yes, it is a point when tendency to change is equal to zero. Quantity demand equal to quantity supplied. Equilibrium. Or we can call state of rest. There are too many. State of rest. Means as I have yes, you have read in class, probably class 9th, yes, class 9th, isolation, to and through. When it is just like pendulum. For example, here is A, here is B. This is the point of equilibrium. This is called state of rest. State of rest. This is the situation, not this and this. They return back here. This is the situation. This we call point of equilibrium. Point of equilibrium. State of rest. Whereas sometimes inflation, sometimes deflation. Inflation, deflation. Uppers and downers जिसको हम कहते हैं, uppers and downers. Sometimes uppers inflation leads to inflation. This point will be this side. Sometimes this side means excess demand, deficit demand. Or this excess demand, inflation, excess demand. This is deficit demand. But the point when quantity demand equal to quantity supply, this quantity demand equal to quantity supply. This is the point. That point we call equilibrium. इसी को मैंने लिखा है state of rest. Or it is a point where tendency to change is equal to zero. This is the point. This is 0 point. From this, if it diverts towards A, it will lead to inflation. If it diverts towards B, it will lead to deflation. It is for understanding purpose. It is a situation where quantity demand equal to quantity supply. Now I will write down the statement. Then we will move forward. Market equilibrium. Market equilibrium is a situation when I will write in short form when quantity demand is equal to quantity supplied corresponding to its price that we call market equilibrium. Means when quantity demand is equal to quantity supplied, this we call market equilibrium. Market equilibrium. I will show this with the help of schedule and diagram. Schedule and diagram will be just like this schedule. This will be the price. This will be quantity supplied. This will be quantity demand. Here I write quantity supply, here I write quantity demand. Here should be quantity demand, here should be quantity supply. But in order to understand the concept clearly, I write quantity supply here, quantity demand here. Otherwise, it is as per this quantity demand equal to quantity supply. Here should be quantity demand, here should be quantity supply. But for understanding purpose, I am changing their position. Yes, I write quantity supply here, quantity demand here. Now I will write price. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Quantity supplied 50, 40, 30, 20, 10. Here I will write 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Yes. Now as per the schedule, as I tell you, when quantity demand is equal to quantity supply, this is the only position we can call point of equilibrium. Here is 3, here is 30, here is 30. Only this is the place we can call this equilibrium. Here 4, quantity supply is 40, quantity demand is 20. It cannot be point of equilibrium. Here is 50, here is quantity demand is 10. This is less than, this is more. This is 8 below, 20, 40, 50, 10. Only this is the position. 3, 30, 30. Why quantities at corresponding price 3. Quantity supply is 30, quantity demand is 30. This is a point which we call this point we call point of equilibrium. Now I will show this with the help of graph. I will show this is y, this is 0, this is x. Here is price, here is quantity, here is quantity, here is quantity. As per concept, we will move on. As I tell you, quantity demand has a negative slope, quantity supply has a positive slope. I will draw quantity demand has a negative slope. Negative slope, like quantity demand has a negative slope, quantity supply has a positive slope. As I tell you, means this is the point of equilibrium where quantity demand equal to quantity supply. This is the price, for example 3, this quantity 30, this is GD करो, this is SS करो, supply करो, this is SA करो, supply करो. And I tell you, this is the position at corresponding price 3, quantity supply is 30, quantity demand is 30. This is the situation 3, 30. Quantity demand, this they met at this point. This point we call, for example, point E. Point E we call point of equilibrium. Point of equilibrium. This point we call point of equilibrium. What will happen if price, yes, if price fall to increase to 4, quantity supply increase to 40, quantity demand decrease to 20? What will happen above? What will happen below? Quantity supply increase, quantity demand increase 40, quantity supply declines 10, price declines 2. What will happen above and below situations? These situations I will discuss in next class. As in this will be the x of supply. As quantity demand is 10, quantity supply is 50. Quantity demand is 20, quantity supply is 40. Quantity supply is more than quantity demand, there will be excess supply. In this portion, there will be excess demand. 20 is quantity supply, 40 is quantity demand. This 20 is less than quantity demanded. And there here is excess. This zone is excess demand. How to correct excess supply and excess demand with the help of schedule? What will happen at the marketplace? I will take it in next class. Till that time, you have to wait and watch. Hope for the best. Take care. Thanks. Have a nice day.